Alright, well, we'll go ahead and get started here. Let me pull up my script. Word Art Online. Yes, that's right, folks. We do this live the best we can. However, there are some times when we like to have an outline, because apparently some of our staff who's not here complained the fact that we don't keep on task sometimes. But whatever. Alright, so, what's the difference between a cat and a comma? Find out later on tonight's episode of Wowcast. Welcome to Word Art Online. The writer's journey has many paths and starts with a single blank page. How will your journey begin? What path will you take? How will you fill your page? Word Art Online is here to inspire your writing endeavors every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time on our Twitch channel. More information about Word Art Online can be found at our website, wowcast.com. That's WAOCAST.com. Welcome to Word Art Online Writers Hangout, episode 49, titled Keysmash. Now, guys, why don't we go ahead and introduce ourselves, or Guy at this particular.
My name is Ben. They call me Ben, and I do stuff. Currently, I actually am writing, which is weird. So I've recently started writing a book called Pen and Paper Codes and Ciphers. As you guys have known, I've been going into ciphers lately and kind of figuring them out for pen and paper. It was research for a book, and then I started creating a book. First, I was writing it down in a little book, and then I started typing it out. And now I've got it up to 43 pages and 3,944 words.
That is crazy.
I'm getting close. I'm getting close to getting it kind of finished in a way, but then I think there's more ciphers I need to find. Like, there's apparently a 4-square cipher and a solitaire cipher. I have yet to actually go through. The solitaire one's a little bit hard, so I need to kind of, it's going to take me a while to figure that one out. Plus, I have a book on codes and ciphers that I wanted to read before I fully finished publishing this one. Right now, I'm looking between... I'm thinking of Lulu because I know how to do Lulu, but I really want to get into the create space. But Lulu, you can publish just for yourself. You don't need to actually publish for the whole world. So
very cool.
We'll see what I do with it.
I'm trying to encourage Ben to actually publish the thing for public consumption as an amateur cryptologist stuff, so he could publish book 1, and then later on he can write like book 2 and book 3. So that's exciting. I should not be reading Animated BrassCon news while we're live. Anyway, sorry folks. Sorry folks. Slight distraction here as my roommate's tearing up my house. Excuse me. Our staff members are tearing up our impressive studio. You want to pass me a tea on the table? This foam cup one. That one, because I'm kind of parched. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'm Joe, also known as ShadowFox SH80FX. I'm a proud father, single for all you ladies. I'm a freelance writer, aspiring game designer, and not very funny. My current project is working for Harsh Realities as a content producer for their upcoming seafaring campaign setting called Elfwood. I'm also working on my own first game release called Escape from the Con, which should be debuted hopefully at Animated BrassCon 2017. So November 10th, 11th, and 12th, if you guys are so inclined and in the Omaha, Nebraska area. It's at the Red Lion this year, so formerly the Ramada. So you should definitely check that out.
See Miss Maxwell.
Yep, Miss Maxwell, and just announced Erica Lindbeck. She was Futaba Sakura in Persona 5. She was Kaori Miyazono in Your Lie in April. She's also been the voice of Barbie. Aw. So that's exciting. Anyway, folks, you can find out more information about Matt, or MIA. I guess we should introduce Matt. Matt Nordine is our... Matthew E. Nordine is our professional writer among the groups. We call him professional because he's got 2 published works, one of which is an actual poetry book. The other is a flash fiction story. There are tons of stuff. Hey, Lunar's not watching. Hi, Lunar.
Hi, Lunar.
You're not on the show.
I am now.
I'm going to put a wall. Anyway, yeah. I'm going to build this wall, and you're going to be the one to pay for it. Ben is not laughing. I figured he would laugh at that one. Anyway,
Well, I was going to make you pay for it anyways, Joe.
you're going to make me pay for it? Yeah, you're going to make me pay for it. Good to see how that is. Okay, Matt is... You can find out more information about Matt and his background bio on our website, wowcast.com, WAOCAST.com. You can find out more antics on our Twitterverse. That's at WordArtOnline, the number 1. Folks, Alzheimer's disease is a relentless thing, and my family suffered with it. I know several friends that have suffered with it. September 17th, 2017, I've decided that I'm going to participate in the Walk to End Alzheimer's here in Lincoln, Nebraska. We've set up a donation site, so if you feel inclined and you want to donate, that'd be great. The link can be found at wowcast.com or on our Twitter channel. Our goal is to raise $5,000 for the charity. If we reach the 5,000 mark, I will do the walk in a kilt. I'll have to purchase a kilt, but that's fine. That's a small price to pay for such a big assistance for people dealing with Alzheimer's. It's kind of a rough thing. I've dealt with my grandmother had it on my mom's side. I've got it on my dad's side as well. It's just rough. It's really rough, but it's events like this and people that are willing to step up and help those that are dealing with these kind of things. It's kind of nice to have that little extra help as we study and learn this disease or this issue. Yep. And it's going to be Lincoln, Nebraska, Holmes Lake. It's about a 3-mile walk around Holmes Lake. You can take the shorter path, but I've started trying to train myself so I can get back up to doing the 5K thing as I lose weight. So,
Make it a 3-hour tour.
Yeah. It will probably take me 3 hours, considering it took me about 2.5 hours to stare at my old 5K route. I did a 5K 2 years ago, and I was parked out there staring at the route, and I was trying to debate whether or not I should go walk the route or go into work. I ended up going into work, but yeah. So yeah, it's fun. Okay, so next month is JuNoWriMo. It's the kind of a write a novel in 30 days. Kind of the same thing as the NaNoWriMo, just happens in June. I'm opting to try to go for 50,000 again. I did 50,000 last month during the Camp Nano, and it was fun. I think Lunar's in on it. I think I'm going to try to nudge Ben in on it. Matt's definitely in on it. I think he'll be editing more than he'll be writing again, but that's the nature of a professional writer. he's also doing a lot with Renaissance fairs, so that takes up a lot of his time.
And he's playing Dance Dance Revolution.
Dance Dance Revolution.
No, he's not. But
Like that
we
guy
wish he
on,
was.
like that guy on Grandma's Boy with the. Oh, when did we get Grandma? When did we get Dance Dance Revolution in? I don't know if I can beat this. Can you show me how this is played? And the kid gets up there and he plays. He goes on like the basic normal mode, and then the old guy gets up there and just mops the floor with him, which is funny. So, I'm definitely excited to see what happens with JuNoWriMo. You know, it's one of those things. As I've been dealing with stuff at home, and I've been relying on the writing stuff to help pull me through it, like it used to back in college. And
Gotcha.
I had to kill off one of my main characters the other day, which I was really sad about. She needed to die. It was sad, but yeah. So, looks like Lunar says I wanted to, but then I had a sudden realization that I have camp and another thing I can't get out of in June. So hopefully I can do it. Journal, pen and paper. Just challenge yourself to write every day. Doesn't necessarily have to end up being 50,000 words or whatever. Just challenge yourself to write every day. Build that habit up.
Exactly.
That's what I did my first few nanos, and it was fantastic. It definitely helped me to get used to how to write and what to write. Jumping back into things when you start something and then life distracts you, and then jumping back into it. But camp does sound fun. I haven't been to camp since like high school. I mean, I went to Mexico with a bunch of people from our youth group in college, nice. And that was when I had the realization that we were driving down, and at the time I was part of the group, right? The kids going down, and
in your crowd, yeah.
Well, it's like the main guy that was there, or one of the leaders, Aaron. He goes. You do realize you're one of the leaders on this trip, right? And I said, what? Wait, what? It's like, yeah, I recruited you to be a leader to help us deal with these. I'm like, okay. I didn't know. There wasn't a leadership bone in my body. So, and that was a fun trip.
Who out there wants to guess the only camp I ever went to?
Did you go to band
Joe
camp?
might know the answer. No, I never went to band camp.
Ben didn't go to band camp.
Depending on who it was, depending on how you think, the camp I went to is either nerdier or less nerdy than band camp.
NASA camp?
More likely, basically. I went to astronomy camp.
Nice. I would have dug that one. I always wanted to go to space camp down in Florida, but never got a chance to. Okay, so today's episode is brought to you by the word Keysmash. Keysmash is defined as a random string of letters and symbols typed out on a keyboard or touchscreen, used to signal intense emotion in written communication. A phrase that this is used in is the photo of the actor was accompanied by a heartfelt key smash. Key smash combines the word key, referring to a keyboard, and smash to hit or strike something with force. It entered English in the mid to late 1900s. Or 1990s, not 1900s. Mid to late 1900s. No.
Wow.
There you go. Perfect example. There we go. Lunar has helped us out in the chat with an example. She has key smashed. I have been on the receiving end of a Keysmash on a phone, and a computer. Back when Zango was a thing.
Now I don't know if that could be a cipher.
Could be a cipher. Keysmashes could be ciphers.
Yeah. Yeah, with as much.
It translates as,
live and learn.
"You guys are freaking awesome. I can't wait to see what you guys do with the rest of the show." Done.
With the last word being Gallifrey.
All right, so
Also, Joe,
what?
we have a special guest appearance,
Kitty.
and we were just talking about Kitty in the beginning of the show.
We were, and for those of you that missed out on the first thing, it's we asked the question, what is the difference between a cat and a comma? And we'll get to that at the end of the show today. So
It's comma,
stay tuned.
chameleon.
That might be it. You never know. All right, so a few episodes ago we kind of transitioned from the collaborative storytelling idea to doing a collaborative. That's actually better. We did a collaborative adventure that we've been writing. Our adventure takes place in a steampunk-looking train in space, where our heroes, our player characters. Yes, this is an RPG writing session, so this is fun. The intent is we're going to actually publish this at some point, hopefully. We're using the 6S as the rule set, but rule set is right now is kind of meh, as we're just trying to come up with a good story. So the basics of what we have so far, if I give me a second and pull up the writing on that. That's world building. Wildcast Adventure 1. Woohoo! All right, so the idea is to have a hour or 2 hour long adventure. We have it set up right now. The adventure starts. Everyone is chained up. One option is everyone is chained up in a prison, like gladiators. That was one of our ideas. The idea I think we ended up going with was players begin unconscious in the dining car of a steampunk space train. And where is strike through? Format, strike through. There we go.
Now GC Mahler is showing us how he mauls his keyboard.
Yep, that would be my roommate. So you have this train itself. It looks very rustic on the outside. Traditional train. It's a little bit longer than your regular train, or a little bit wider than your standard train. The train is on a loop, going from world to world. Magic Carpet Ride is one of the songs playing over the speaker. I thought it'd be fun to have the Queen Don't Stop Me Now playing over. The whole adventure, this is a spoiler alert for anybody that's planning on playing this. The whole adventure is a job interview. The final boss is testing the planet to see, based on these people, to see if they're ready for interstellar travel. Possibly the players are being taken to an interstellar zoo. We did discuss there would be multiple bosses. What, you hop on, give a few words, yell at us, and then hop off?
Probably.
As everyone's key smashing, what I posted was actually not a key smash. It is a Visionaire cipher, keyed Visionaire cipher, using two different keyed codes.
That's fascinating, man.
Yep. I did this morning. Literally, all it actually says is secret message.
Secret message.
Yeah, it's part of the title of my book. So pen and paper is the first code, and codes and ciphers the second code. When entered into the keyed visionary cipher, using the word secret message, you get that. That's all it is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Look and see if the new NebCon guest has been AOT. Attack on Titan. Let's see. As we mentioned, the players wake up in the dining car. They don't remember the last couple of hours. Yeah.
They basically just they're living their ordinary lives, and randomly now they're in the dining car.
Then they pop in there. Did we mention if their clothes have changed to period attire, or are they still wearing what they were wearing when they first?
That we have not said.
I would say it's period attire for what class they picked. Or do we want to start with classes? Do we just want to have the players, like, if a guy picks up a rapier, it's just based off his base stats. It's not based on, oh hey, I'm a fighter, so I'm excellent with the sword.
I'd say period pieces based on what they were already wearing. So if they weren't dressed for their class, then they're not dressed for their class, and they're screwed. But if they were dressed for the class, then they are fine.
Well, because if they were pulled in from, say, modern times, they wouldn't have. Obviously, most of them aren't going to have any weapons on them. So
they're all wearing suits.
Let's just have them. Let's just have them show up in period attire.
The fighter is pissed. You know how much money I spent on that full plate?
Period attire. Civilian attire. No weapons. In their pockets, they have, say, 5 copper pieces, maybe. Let's see. By the way, Lunar, if you want to help me out with the RPG Adventure Improv at NebCon, I did submit it. I haven't got approved for it, but if you would like to be up on stage with me, I could appreciate the help. Ben will be there. I hope Matt and Lisa will be there as well.
What? I'm going to NebCon.
I would like you to be there for the Adventure Improv.
Oh, can I take Kitty?
Maybe. I'll let you
She
pet
left
my
me
kitty.
when I asked. That's not right.
I have a pet kitty. I let you pet Xenon. Whoops. I got Xenon. I got lots of Xenon stuff. Brooke thinks I'm obsessed. I'm not obsessed. My body pillow hasn't come in yet. Anyway, more information than people need to know. Anyway, so the train is called the Vigilant. The butler is a basset hound walking around and talking in a suit and tie. There's a British butler. Or he's the British.
A British butler basset hound.
Yep.
He's a bunch of bees.
Yep. He is pushing the food cart. Staff is a different kind of dog. Huh?
Birthday was yesterday.
Sad.
There's a Great Dane named Dennis who's bartending.
Yep. Let's see. Person behind the job that, as we have it right now, is a human and running the train. But we've also talked about having an AI running the train or either have that be the third boss or the third villain that you have to face.
I agree with this, but it needs to call everyone Dave.
Dave. I like that.
My name's not Dave. Yes, Dave. I know that, Dave.
Players are... this one, this kind, what we talked about with this, with players being from our Earth, and they're all from the same time period.
Well, it wasn't necessarily our Earth. Remember, they could be from a fantasy Earth.
Yeah, we want them to be from the same planet. Like all the player characters are from the same planet.
Speaking of which, Joe, I had a dream last night.
You dreamed?
Where I was drowning in an ocean of orange pop. But don't worry, it was just a fantasy.
Blair might like that one. He had a dream that he was swimming around in a sea of Fanta soda. It was a fantasy.
Yeah.
He laughed. Okay, the familiarity with the animal servants is up to the GM to decide based on the players and the setting, making this a system agnostic story so far. The Basset Hound greets the players, invites them to look around and order any refreshments. He says it's quite odd, but all your expenses has been covered thanks to some corporation. Dennis, the Great Dane bartender. There are no other passengers in the car. When all the players have woken up and refreshed themselves, people start walking in like a normal passenger train. If the passengers, if asked, the passengers act like normal passengers. The players are the only of their species on the train. Again, that goes back to what the GM discretion on that. Awesome.
Nice comment there, Lunar.
Nice. She's quite.
I mean, proud of Shelf.
She's quite clever. Let's see. After a short while, there is an explosion in one of the rear cars. A red light glows throughout the train, directing passengers to their seat, while emergency crews are summoned. Maintenance crew stumbles back into the player's car, bleeding and panicking. The players see the crew member, but the other people in the car seem oblivious, except the bartender and butler see all this happening. The butler and bartender try to pretend not to notice. Let's see. A note to the GM: the other species or the other players. This might be an option. The other people on the train have been. They're the people who have either died or failed the job interview. The computer AI train scans them and creates a holographic save file. The 13th car of the train is the AI supercomputer. We thought that'd be funny for like the 13th floor and something.
Donna Noble has left the library. Donna Noble has been saved.
Sub-story plot: AI computer is trying to save all their souls. Let's see. Maintenance crew is real. The bartender and some of the wait staff is real, but they're like I said, a lot of the passengers are just AI driven. So let's see. Heal check difficulty target number 6. That's for 6S. So we'll have it be a major heal check to check the vital stability of the crew member. Hey, who turned out the lights? Yes. I love that.
I know
episode.
who turned the lights. It was Kitty. Kitty.
Yeah, I really dug that episode of Doctor Who.
There we go.
Huh? Perfect.
That'd be handy too, but not something better.
Persona 5, the board game?
Yep.
Darn.
But
Way
Persona
Schwartz.
5 Way Schwartz.
There you go. Okay, so we have like, and then we went into some of the characters in the thing, in the game that we've got. Smart, tough, funny, or tough, smart, bard, sneaky, medic.
A sneaky medic.
The sneaky medic. I could make that in Pathfinder now.
He shakes you with heels.
Yeah. Okay, so the way
Wait, if you did that, could you add sneak attack to your heels?
maybe. If we did the way Pathfinder works and a lot of D&D works is you go from scenario to scenario and you're
gonna need a new car again.
Quit talking to your cat.
Sorry.
I talk to my cat, but I don't have one.
He's shedding.
What? What? Okay, never mind.
What in the?
I don't know. The way a lot of D&D campaigns are written, the number-driven games, most of those are written with the story, and then you patch in the different elements. So like the travel time, the going from point A to point B, it's all scripted out, right? The way Success does it, and this is actually I found this is a really nice way to write things, is you write scene by scene. So major event scene A, major event scene B, major event scene C, and then if you need to fill in, you can. But most of the time, if those transitions between scene to scene allows players to get a chance to get a drink, go to the bathroom, get something to eat, buy the GM something to eat, because
I like that, but how do you improvise?
What do you mean?
One time I was in a campaign, and he had it all lined out, okay? And we go against this really bad guy, okay? And he's supposed to be the main villain for a long time. Guess what we do?
Huh?
We befriend him by creating a diplomacy and join him.
That's it.
What do you do with that when that happens?
That's up to the GM.
Everything's thrown out the window.
That's up to the GM.
Yep. But I mean, that's just the problem with scene to scene.
Signing up for JuNoWriMo right now, what do you suggest, HTML or plain text? Is that for the
Plain
email
text.
updates?
Oh, yeah. What is that for? Yeah,
I
it's
guess
a good question.
I'm not familiar with what, I signed up for it, but this was a while ago. Okay, so I think the way I like writing these out is going scene 1 this happens, scene 2 this happens, and if we need to fill in the transition stuff, preferred format, I'm assuming the email, so probably go with plain text until you think that, well, I don't know what you use for email, but plain text is usually easier, and it usually gets around most security things. If you say you want to,
But
check it
HTML is
library.
prettier.
HTML will be prettier, but that happens.
Oh, okay. I clicked it and it asks you right away. It says, receive weekly June pep talks directly to your inbox. So yeah, it's about emails.
Yep. Okay. So, problem solved. That's awesome. That's what we're here for. Sweet. Okay. So, scene 1
We
is
should
in the
test it
car. Is in the rail car. The whatever you call it. Dining car. It's kind of the purpose of this scene is an introduction to the world.
And we also want to remind readers that what we also did, and we should probably do for the Great Dane, is we wrote backstories to our NPCs. So if the character needed to, or if the DM needs to, like, say, okay, what kind of person this is. He can read that, and so he can answer questions as needed using that character.
Yep.
Like Butler is actually a war veteran.
They're not Persona 5.
See, and we do want to go into some of the backstories, but more than likely, the backstory, like deeper the backstory is, we can add stuff to it. But it's up to the GM whether or not they actually add it.
Or use it, yeah.
Or use it. But it might be interesting for some of the players to, after they've played the game, to kind of go into some of the backstory of some of these characters. So, lots of different options.
Kitty, no. You were supposed to listen. You're not supposed to chew it. Sorry.
If you let him stroke your beard with his claws, he'll groom it for you.
If she had claws.
Introduction to the world.
No claws.
Scene 2. This will be what's the transition point? The transition point is the wounded soldier player, or wounded maintenance players choose to either investigate the train cars. We got to figure out a way to transition them. Like, why would they be interested in going forward to do this rather than, waiting for the real authorities to show up? Scene 2 will be the scene of the accident. One of the train cars seems to be missing a considerable piece of it. Force generators are in place, holding oxygen. The people in this car seemed panicked, but not as bad as they should. They should typically. What caused the explosion? Is it a bomb? Is it a industrial accident? Is it an asteroid? Or is it even explosion? Is it something to distract them from this way while something's going on in the engine? Like it's a somebody.
Okay, so what exactly is what's exploding?
Well, the way I thought is they go into one of the passenger cars, like 2 or 3 cars down, and it looks like a piece.
Three doors down.
Yeah, this. Yeah. 3 doors down. One of the train cars seems missing to considerable piece of it, so a side of it's gone. Has been almost looks like it's been ripped out. I like that idea. Lunar suggested a creature that caused it.
There's that. My idea was thinking it actually was never removed, but it looks like it is because it's part of the whole AI ghost thing.
Creature caused it. Not really gone. AI caused it. So you're thinking like a hologram?
I mean, we could technically use both. So in the past, a creature caused that to happen, but actuality in this moment in time, the AI did it because it happened in the past.
It's a bug. There's a bug in the system, and this is how the AI has to deal with it.
It's not so much as a bug as the train itself is reliving its past lives as well. I mean, everything's just kind of reliving, and they're in this constant time loop that new people constantly enter.
Oh, that's fascinating.
You must break the loop. Fantasyinating. Oh.
I was trying to think.
So Supergirl is on Netflix. For those who need to see
Don't
this year's
spoil
finale.
it for me.
I still haven't seen it yet. It's the last thing I have to see is the last Supergirl finale.
We got 7 minutes, and then we can go into nerdy talk. All right, so the train is living its past live. That I like that option. I really like that. The accident happened, and the AI saved all of it. Could we put it like maybe there's a hacker that's gotten in there that he's trying to force the computer to relive this, so he's like something else is going on at the front of the cab. Like what would they face at the scene of the accident? Like what would...
So you have the programmer who made the AI, and then you have a hacker who slowly is starting to change things to help out the heroes so they can win. You know? That makes sense?
Yeah, maybe the hacker died in one of the early things, but he realized what was going on, and when the computer saved him, he rewrote the saving algorithm so he was still conscious.
Yep, and he is a bug. He's the bug in the system.
I like that. Lunar suggested, yes, that hacker is looking for something that was left behind in trains previous, maybe. I like that. He's trying to find, maybe he's trying to find people that are willing to end this cycle. Because it's this endless loop of saving people, and the hacker element of this is very similar to what I'm doing with Escape from the Con. That's fantastic. He's the bug in the system. He's still... Computer saved everything.
He needs to have a name. Otherwise, he's just called the hacker.
I'm a big fan of Lunar Shadow, but that's just me. But that might be taken.
That, or I was thinking Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman. How about...
That was bad.
How about... here, I will type it in chat, because it... Jew... His name will be Joe Hackman.
Oh. Yo. Jew Hack. It would be Jew Hackman. And
Jew
the
Hackman.
first word. Yeah.
Hey,
That doesn't.
Jew Hackman.
Jew Hackman? Yes,
Jew Hackman.
You Jackman? What? No.
Are you a Hugh Jackman? No, Jew Hackman.
I like it except for the Jew part because I don't know if we can get away with that.
That's why that could be the running joke. It's pronounced Joe, but everybody keeps calling him Jew.
Okay.
Okay, so all right, we'll play with that again. Okay, what are they facing in this scene? The scene.
He did play a hacker in Swordfish.
He did.
But just sorry that randomly hit my mind.
Yep. Okay, so what else happens in this scene? Let's see. They investigate. Would it be that maybe they notice that? Let's see. They investigate. 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 They investig one of the maintenance guys is laying where, like, I was thinking one of the maintenance guys is laying where his body's like half on, like he's holding onto a chair and he's passed out, but his other half, where it should be ripped apart, is laying there. Kind of odd. So it looks like, to the players, it looks like he's laying there normal and his feet are just suspended, where the visual is that bulkhead has been removed, so there's space and debris behind him. I don't know how to describe that very well.
Yeah, that's hard to, yeah.
Especially from a player's perspective, without having a piece of paper. You see this.
DM note. They don't really see that.
Yeah.
No,
see, this is when we need a famous Hollywood writer and director to make the movie based on this adventure. She's not famous yet, but she will be. Well, she's famous to us.
What if the staff was robots?
The staff was robots?
Like literally everything is technology ran.
And the dogs
and
were
the
just...
AI...
The dogs...
the dogs were real people at one point in time.
Right.
And they got saved just like everyone else. But
the
AI... Well, no, the AI wanted to keep some realism. Or maybe the hacker did, or something, I don't know. Someone wanted to keep some realism, so it made them into the robots, so they looked and acted real, so they had someone they could physically interact with.
I could see that. Lunar has a question. They're in space, right? And there's a hole in the train, practically. How are they breathing? Does the train have oxygen and gravity field? The force generators are in place, holding the...
And there's technically no hole in the train.
Right. The way I pictured
it's an illusion. Now, there was at one point in time, and all of them died.
Yeah, I pictured the train to either have a system built in similar to Star Trek, where if a hull's removed, one of the safety protocols is force fields get activated right away. There could be a construction AI that the force generators come on, but they're only temporary, and there's an X amount of time before the repair bots from one of the train cars in the back or the front basically bring out new paneling to temporary bulk the place up.
And also, each car is going to be its own pressurized.
Yeah. Would you have an airlock between the two, or would you have it be, if you transition from one to the other, you're transitioning normal, but they do have airlock capabilities in case you've reached the last one in the train?
Each door, I was thinking of that. Each door is an airlock doors, and the door is shut. They're completely separate, in a way. But yeah, where a train is actually done, there would be an airlock in between the two, about the size of one person.
Right. Okay, so we'll add that.
I just thought of something. Okay, so she was going with the practicality of it.
Yeah.
Now, I had a DM who we played space every once in a while. He made a great thing to tell you. Now, if ever you're in space and you're about to do battle or anything bad's going to happen, you are actually, most of the time, going to stay in your spacesuit almost 100% of the time, because in case of a hull breach, you'll be safe. In reality, you're not going to travel around without your spacesuit on. However, it's fantasy, therefore that's what we do. Yeah.
Wow.
He thought about it like a lot. Like he's like, yeah, if you're gonna go in the middle of a battle, like in Star Trek and stuff like that, why wouldn't you suit up? You're most likely gonna have a hull breach. Mm-hmm. And when he said that, your mind just goes, that makes perfect sense.
Well, okay.
Why have I never thought that?
That's something that always threw me off. if you had the technology to create force fields around an entire ship, right?
Well,
Why couldn't you build one around you?
yeah.
Build one around the
I mean, with all of their technology, they could technically build a suit around you that could recycle your own air.
Yeah. They wouldn't need any spacesuits. Now, granted, there could run into a time when the power goes out and you kind of need that space, the old-fashioned one.
They run on arc reactors.
Yeah. All right, so we've got 7 minutes left.
Or in our case,
we've
test
got
reactors.
Yeah, nice. We got into a pretty good hefty number of scenes, so this is nice. I'll reorganize this so it's a little bit easier to present. Gives me something else to do at work besides actually work. I better not tell my boss that. Sorry. Anyway, so
Just told his boss that, guys.
what is the difference between a cat and a comma? Cats have claws at the end of paws, and commas are paws at the end of a clause. It's dumb.
Dun dun dun.
It's dumb. So yeah, that's tonight's episode. Thank you so much for watching. We'll hang out for a little bit longer. Find out more information about Wowcast. Find out more information about us on wowcast.com, WAOCAST.com. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at WordArtOnline, the number 1. If
If you'd like to donate to Joe's,
Yep.
if you'd like to donate to that, if you go to our site under Wowcast links, will be a site to
Bless you.
donate. Oh,
You just wipe that on the cat.
there's no cat here,
Oh.
but yes.
I used to do that to one of my cats. Anyway, I was gonna say something. Oh, for those of you that are watching us on our YouTube channel, if you leave any comments, any ideas that you have for the story, we'd love to have them. If you have a character background you want to throw in there, a concept for an alien, a concept for maybe a little sub-adventure, side adventure, something like that, please feel free to comment there, and we'll discuss them on next week's episode. So next
And
week
if you want
is
to add
the
a
big
blitzball,
next week we have the big 5-0. So hopefully we'll get Matt in on it.
we have to.
I don't know what was
There's
going
no
on
way
today. He hopped on for a little bit. Of course, he is getting ready to publish another book, I believe, tomorrow. So
He's just gonna publish all the books, and we're gonna be sitting here like, "Where's our books?"
he took that 5,000. Was it 5,000 book? What was that world record that we talked about?
Oh, I don't know, something ridiculous.
A tiny
I
robot.
think it started with a
minion
4.
that could
Was it
possibly
4,000?
befriend it. Lunar, you write the backstory to that, and we will figure out a way to add it in there.
Yep. Give him a cool name,
K9.
Mr. Roboto.
Mr. Roboto. Could be a little fairy that goes that. Hey, listen.
His name is Roomba.
His name is Roomba. Oh,
They befriend the vacuum cleaner.
you all are so filthy. And he goes and he pulls out a duster, a feather duster.
Someone's like, "You suck." I know. Now hold still.
Shoot, this is fun.
Yep.
So, yeah,
For all of our viewers out there, remember Supergirl's on Netflix.
yep, Supergirl
And Flash
on
and all those
Netflix.
others.
Pirates of the Caribbean is definitely worth going and watching in the theater.
Yep. If you didn't like, a lot of people didn't like the 4th one, but this is way better, and it was well worth it.
Yeah.
And always for Disney movie, apparently even Moana, most of the animated ones don't have after credit scenes, but lately Disney has been doing all after credit scenes. Now every Pirates has an after credit scene.
Yep, and
And Joe missed it.
I didn't stick around for it because, well, truthfully, I really
Yeah.
had to pee. I really had to go to the bathroom.
You could have peed and came back. The credits were long enough, unless you had to take a poop.
Yeah, I missed an end credit scene in Pirates. Well, you know what? I might go and just see the movie again.
Yep.
But anyway,
Also, that
folks-
came out last
yeah.
week
Yeah, I did.
was Logan.
On DVD.
Yep. I bought the special from Target. It was awesome.
Yep.
Next week on Tuesday, Beauty and the Beast.
I might buy that. I'll probably buy that one. Not really a lot of movies like I'm eager to see. Like Dunkirk looks good. Of course, I like the World War II epics.
Wonder Woman comes out this weekend, and so far had some pretty good reviews.
Yep.
Then Mommy, then Cars 3.
Yep.
But speaking the week after, well, I can give you guys more movie updates as the weeks come. Just know that next Tuesday is Beauty and the Beast, and this Friday is Wonder Woman. So be ready, people.
Yep. It's exciting. My film professor the other day, his name is Bob. He's cool. That's awesome, Lunar. That's really cool. Someday, if you get some spare time, I do have a script for a small YouTube series I want to actually run.
There was a teacher, like someone, they took a picture of something they wrote on the chalkboard, okay? And no one noticed it, no one noticed it. And that day they had a sub, okay?
Right.
And he walks in, looks at the chalkboard. Then he goes out real loud, "Who wrote F-U and Gallifrey on the chalkboard?" He's like, "I don't know if I should hug you or give you a detention."
That's funny.
Because no one else knows, like even if you write down circular Gallifreyan, it's even better if you know how to read it.
Yeah.
Like I have an app that can make it for me. But I was like, holy crap, the guy just knew how to read it. I was like, that's awesome. I want that teacher.
Yeah, I like when
Okay.
teachers nerd out and stuff. So, well, folks, it is 10 o'clock. We really want to thank you, especially Lunar and the rest of you, for watching us and hanging out and chatting, and we love your input. Really, it's really a lot of fun. So, we'll see you all back here, hopefully next Tuesday for episode 50. So,
Dun dun dun.
peace, and keep writing, and play more games. Unless you have to write, then write. 'Cause bye.